We next have Mr. Ben Riddlebarger. Ben told us that he is a guy who loves to draw. He has spent his whole life getting in trouble for drawing in his notebooks, probably because they were mainly pictures of his teachers in compromising positions. He says he would rather have a pen and paper in his hands than all the money in the world. Ben has found happiness through art and says he hopes you can too. Please welcome Ben.
Hello everybody. I want to talk to you about something that's really important. I want to talk to you about something we've all gone through. Every single one of us out here has had a situation in our life where we feel like we couldn't get out of it. Either stress piling on top of you, or tragedy or loss of love. And you just didn't want to wake up the next morning. You didn't even want to focus, or you couldn't look at anybody. And I want to talk to you about specific situations in my life, how I dealt with these things. Every slide that I'm going to be showing you is my artwork that was at different periods when I could not handle anything but getting out how I felt on paper. And that is what healed me, and I just want to share some of those stories with you. In 2007 through 2009, I lost all 3 members of my immediate family, all at different situations, and all tragically and very fast. And I was at bottom. To be quite frankly with all of you, I didn't even want to live anymore. I wanted nothing to do with this world. And because I have such a beautiful cast of friends and family that have supported me in this weird obsession for art, that's what got me through it. And through this time, all this art started being created in 2007. I never took it serious since then. And one of the things that I want to share with you of what I did is I started using artwork as a journaling process. When I was feeling down and I couldn't talk to people and I didn't want to be around them, I'd lock myself in a room and I would just pick up a piece of paper and I would use it like a prayer. I would just let everything out. And I code now all my work. Every piece that you're seeing up here tonight has initials of people I love when I'm drawing them, that I'm thinking of in them. There's hidden images drawn in different pieces of symbols of different people, so that when I look at something, not only does it convey something visual to me, but it reminds me of where I came from, and hopefully where I am now. And I just want to encourage you to try to focus on stuff like that too, because I guarantee you, if you've never had anything that you feel like you can't recover from in your life, I guarantee you it's going to happen. And when that does happen, there's 2 types of people in this world. There's those that fall and wait for somebody else to maybe come around and pick them up, and those that use it like an exercise and get stronger and stronger, so that when it happens the next time, they're up faster so they can get those that don't know how to get up. And I want you to try to focus yourself into that situation. Sometimes I draw things in my childhood that make me laugh, like my grandma that used to make me peel her pantyhose off for a quarter after Sunday school. Sometimes I make fun of the people that I know cause hate around the world, and then I take their power away from them, and therefore I have the power back. So you don't have to be an artist to do these kind of things. You just have to remind yourself that you're better than letting something take you away. You're much better than that. Because what's the point of living if you just give it up? And so if you don't have a creative bone in your body, then use one of your other bones in your body and stand up and do something about it. And so like when I'm any kind of situation, I can build through it. And hopefully when I make something that speaks to me that's completely different than when other people see it, maybe they don't get the connection of what I felt through that, but I hope it conveys some kind of emotion to them, whether whimsical or self-reflective or just funny. Because sometimes when I'm so down, I have to draw something that's funny to pick me up. Or sometimes when I'm lonely, I have to draw something that tears me apart, because that's the only way I'm going to heal through it myself. And like I said, the people that I've had in my life have always encouraged me to get better. And I hope you have those things in your life. And if you don't have people like that in your life, I suggest you get to know some and maybe be really nice to people, and then they will be nice to you. And hopefully you can build from that. But like this one right here, there's so many different images in it that I can't even tell you about, that if you were to look at, I hope you see some of them, but some of them you might not. But sometimes I get really crazy in my head, and if I just stay in my head, I get really, really crazy. So the best way for me to get over that is just to get everything out and let it straight out on paper. And then a lot of these things that I have drawn, and the originals in particular, they have marks in them because, I mean, I cry sometimes when I finish a piece. And it's not because I'm like really proud of it or something, but it's because it's a release. It's like I've emptied out that part of me that's been sitting there. And it feels so good to be an empty vessel again so that I can be filled up with something new. Hopefully this time it's beer, not poison, or kisses and not punches, So that's what you have to focus on in your life. So I really do want to encourage you to think of that. And then sometimes I just have to be whimsical. These were from a series when I found really, really old pieces and I wanted to make them new. So I cut different parts of them out, I painted over other parts, and I just added new pictures and made them something else. I took something old, made it new, and it was reborn again. And then I always add sometimes my pop culture from my childhood into things, and so that I feel a little bit more at ease as well, and hopefully other people can be more involved in the pieces as well. So a lot of times when you are down and you don't think you can get out, you've got to remember to pick yourself up and find that inner strength. Whatever it could be, you could be a writer. I encourage you to write something different than you would normally do. If you're normally a comedy writer, try writing a tragedy when you're down. You might make one of your characters have a worse life than you feel you have right now. Like when I go to, like Kroger on some days down on Wayne Avenue, I feel beautiful at points. So you just gotta, it's all about perspective. And when you do feel really down and feel out, remember to focus on one really, really important thing. Focus on those people that have always been planted next to you in your life, because they're going to be there through it all, and lean on them. And in closing, I want to leave you with some inspirational words of one of the greatest people of my generation. If you don't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen in here? Thank you.